Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is Riverview Cows, episode 21. And in the last episode, we had just finished bringing all of those hay bales back up here, and we just got our 240 calves into our second barn. And when we brought all that hay back up, I realized that the yard was kind of a mess. So I know I started in here, so let me talk about this first. So I parked the Vulture up here. I got these eggs out of the sun. They had been sitting over there off in the distance by our mixing wagon. And they were just kind of in the way when I was turning around and I was getting the rest of that straw put in there. I did get all those straw bales. I think there were 8 of them loaded between the two different, let me just show you in here. Between the two different cow barns, here we have 49,299 liters of straw for the calves, and we have 69,315 liters of straw for the actual adult cows who are producing milk. We also have 64,000 liters of milk, so we want to do something with that here. But I got busy, and I spent about an hour with the telehandler in here restacking all these bales. There used to be I don't know, 12 to 15 bales here that I've taken care of and brought in. I stacked 4 over in this corner here, and the rest are all over on this wall here. I had to move some of them down and put these on top. And then I also came out here. These used to be 2 rows deep. So all of those straw bales were right here. They've now been entered into 2 different pens. And I got rid of the second row of hay that was here, stacked obviously those 8 on top, or those 4 on top, and then moved the rest of them onto this stack over here. So it took me about an hour, honestly, to mix all that hay in the, well, basically shred it. We didn't have a shredder, so I used the mixing wagon. I just wanted to make sure that was empty. So I used this mixing wagon to shred those bales, and we dumped them in here and in the other one for the calves. And I got this cleaned up. So now all of our bales are stacked in nice, easy to access piles that aren't in the way of turning around and moving things around the yard. So I'm really proud of how that went. And then here is our trailer for the milk. Since we're here, we're going to do this now. I apologize for that. I hate when I get trees in the camera, which happens all the time on Riverside just because of the way that it is. And it looks like I left that gate open too, which is fine because I can't turn around here. So we're going to pull up. Don't mind me phasing through that cow. We're going to get as much milk as we can. I think this thing holds 32,000 liters, I want to say. So we could technically do 2 full trips down to the dairy here. Let me just mark it on my map because it has been a hot minute since I've delivered milk. Yeah. Ooh, cheese dairy gives us 2,000. Regular dairy is 1,000. Bakery and farmers market are kind of in the middle. Farmers market's coming up. Let's just see where the cheese dairy is. Tag place. Oh, and the cheese dairy is pretty close. Excellent. So yeah, 32,000 liters here. Let's go ahead and drop 1 load of this off. And then I will probably do the second load off camera. And there's some other things I need to do off camera as well that I want to show you guys. It's a tight turn here, but we're going to make it. Excuse me, cow. And now that we've got the truck turned around, we can go ahead and close the gate, keep those cows inside so they're not running away. I had to close the gate on the calves as well. They were kind of getting a little too close to the edge for comfort, and I hear it's bad if your cows get out. So let's take this and come out the main entrance, and we'll head down to where that dairy is. Then the last 2 things I want to do in this episode, oops, took that corner a little bit sharp. Getting used to this truck here. The last thing that I want to do is we've got that field almost cultivated, that really big one that we had started last episode. I want to get that tractor There's like a couple parts that were missed from the worker. I need to clean that up, and then we need to bring that tractor back down and get it repaired because it has been doing a lot of work. It is desperate in need of repairing and a wash. And we'll need to get that taken care of. Looks like it's flashing that way. Let me make sure nobody's coming. Oops, pulled out a little bit too far. 32,000 liters of milk weighs quite a bit. Tests out the old brakes. So I need to get the rest of that field cultivated, and then I need to check the crop calendar because we desperately need to plant something that's going to make us some hay, excuse me, some straw, so we can start mixing our TMR. We do have quite a bit of silage made, but I want to do another grass field as well. But really, I want more straw because that's my biggest concern right now for feeding the animals. And if we're here, does it give us a trigger if we get to the right spot? Yep, there it is. So how much do you think? I'm going to guess 25,000. And this is nice and convenient for our farm. I might even drive here, even if it's not, I mean, I know it wasn't the best price, but as the price fluctuates, this might be a great place to drop off that milk. Those eggs in that barn, they don't actually sell to December at their best price, so that's why, holy smokes, that number is still going up. That's 64,000. Let me get that in the shadow. 64,854. That is 2.5 times what I said. These cows, oh, what is that, a pole? Oh no. Well, I was about to celebrate how much money we just made on these cows, and then I got in a wreck. There we go. No, that's just, is that a light pole? Yeah, it is a light pole. Who put a light pole back here? It's fine. Doesn't seem to be dented too terribly bad. All right. Yeah, these cows are finally paying off. That is decent. And we have another full load ready to go. We are finally making some cash on this farm. It has been a long road. This is year 3. But things are turning around. And we've got calves, so we've doubled the amount of cattle we'll have. A year from now, we'll be producing twice as much milk as we are currently. And that is only gonna get better. So let's get this back up there. Actually, I will leave the episode here. I'm gonna pause, go off camera, and I will run the extra milk back, and then I will get back over to that other field, and I'm also gonna look at the crop calendar and figure out what we can plant. Actually, let me just do that here now with you guys on. Yeah, so I can plant wheat and barley in July, August, and September. So this is the time for me to get wheat in the ground, barley in the ground. Both of those are going to produce straw for us and have a byproduct that we can sell. So wheat and barley everywhere. We've got fields that we have prepped all in the off season in preparation for this moment. Specifically this field 19 to the right of us, this field 13 we're about to pass, field 7 and 8 are also available if we wanted to, and then that really big field in the back. So anyway, I'm gonna cut the episode here while I do one more load of milk for hopefully another $60-some thousand and get that other field cultivated, and then I'll follow back up with you when I'm starting to plant the wheat. All right, see you in a minute. All right, welcome back. Couple of things. I ended up just going to get the Massey Ferguson out of the field we were cultivating. I had to do one strip around the edge, but wasn't that exciting. But as you can see, this Massey is filthy, as is the cultivator. So we're going to go ahead and get this, whoops, not into the tractor. Get this washed off so we can get it repaired and stored. While I'm doing that, I just want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying this video as much as I'm enjoying making it for you. It's been a lot of fun to get back into this farm. And I've realized that I need to be asking for thumbs up and subscriptions much earlier in my episodes, so I'm going to take this opportunity to do that. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the visibility of my channel, and I would love to hear from you guys. So give me a comment down below if you can, and let me know what you think of it or what you think I need to do next. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. All right, looks like that is nice and washed up, so we're going to go ahead and drop that there. As you can see, we are in need of a ton of repairs on this, and we need some more fuel as well, but not as much as our other tractor needs some fuel. So I'm going to park this in the shop here, but I want to go over a couple of other things before we get into repairing it. Hopefully that's not all the way on the point. So number one, we sold some more milk here, and I left the truck down there just for fun, but I'll bring it back here in a minute. Looks like we made total today for the 64,000 liters of milk, 129,727. And the last time we sold milk was about 4 months ago in March. And at that time, we must have had just a slightly better price, but I know we did 2 loads then as well and got 136,635. So, 120, 130,000 depending on what time of year it is for that, but that's pretty good. Every 4 months, that's going to start paying off well. And so to celebrate the amount of money that we made doing this, I realize we have so much planting to do because we need straw, which I talked about at the beginning of the episode. So here is our cloths. And I looked at this old planter that we did with the little fields with and realized we have much bigger fields now. This 4-meter planter is going to take a while. And there happens to be a really nice planter in the shop that I want to pick up. And we have just enough money to do it. So right here is 167,000 that we have. Let me show you. The planter I want to get is this one way at the end here for 12 meters. Nope. Sorry. This one here. Now I'm confusing myself. We need, I thought it was 165,000. So our horsepower, yeah, it's this one here. Nope. There it is. Oh, well, that costs a little bit different than I thought. Because I'm in planters. Guys, what am I doing? No wonder I was confused. I want this Limkin. Okay, yes. I needed something that could plant much wider. Current one does 4 meters. This one does 12. 3 times wider, great. Also, I needed something that was under 200 horsepower because I believe both of our tractors that we currently have are at 205. So here is this seeder that can do wheat, barley, and canola, as well as some other crops, but those are probably the ones we're going to do. And it serves all of those purposes. It does not direct drill as these two models do, but these require much more horsepower, 240 and 270. We don't have that kind of horsepower. Looking at our tractors down here, we have, I believe, 205 on the Massey, and I think also 205 on the Kloss, and then 145 on the Voltra. So yeah, we needed something, and that seeder is exactly what we needed. So I brought our old 4-meter seeder down. We're going to upgrade that real quick. And as we do this, let me get into my settings here. If you repaint them, you almost always get your money back. So currently this Coon and this, they also have 30 hours of use on them, so we're ready to upgrade anyway. So 8,291, 8,291. If we repaint them for 5,000, we should get at least 13,291 from them. So let's try here. We're going to repaint. And now it's 13,791. So we make 500 extra bucks if we repaint. So we're going to repaint this one as well. We're going to sell. We're going to sell. Okay, now we got 185. Man, do we need some repairs on our cloth. Since we're here, let's go ahead and repair that too, since we just made some on that. And then we're going to come into the shop. Whoops. I guess I'll just do it from here. We're going to go to not my stuff, but this stuff, and go to cedars. We're going to haul this cedar back. So we had 167 when we started. We spent 165 on this upgraded cedar, and we were able to make a little bit of cash selling our old cedar. So now we've got this giant blue cedar ready to go. Oh, it wasn't repairs. I mean, I did need repairs on the cloth. It's gas that I need. Look at that. We're down to about a third of a tank. So when we get back up, and I did remember to dump the seeds out of our old cedar before I purchased this new one as well. So we'll bring this back up, and we will get busy seeding. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to cut these together, but obviously some editing is going to happen on this video already since I've broken it into a couple of parts. So I might include a time lapse of some of the seeding, or I might just skip ahead to when we get some of the stuff done. Now, luckily, we are just entering when wheat and barley and such can be planted. So we've got the rest of today and also the next 2 months to get this stuff in the ground. We do have a lot of fields. Probably going to start on 19 over here to my right because we've had that one prepped for a while. So we'll take a look. And then definitely 13 and I want to say field 14, but the really big one over to the east there. And then I think we also own field 16 on the other side of that grass field as well. So here is where I dumped out the seed. Right here you can see it to the left of where I'm pulling up. I'm just going to see if I can load this in. Yes, I can. And then this should hopefully be a full bag to get us part of the way there. So we're only 19% full, so not great, but it's a start. Do we have seeds stored? What is this? I forget. That one, that's our liquid fertilizer tank. I feel like we had seeds that we bought. What I want to do first, though, is gas up this cloth, so we're ready to go. And I know I have some, I think I have some gas in here anyway. Oh no, our petrol tank is empty. Fine. 10,000 liters. Let's do 5,000 liters of diesel. So now we put 5,000 liters in there. We can hop in here and start gassing this up. There we go. That'll be good. So this has been repaired and gassed and got a brand new cedar. All right. And now we have 4,700 some liters there. It's really cheap for diesel, actually. And then here is our solid fertilizer. We still have 2,000. 2,000 liters of that. Can I turn around down here, or is this going to be too much? Let me see if I can maneuver this. I need to go back the other way. Oops, what did I run into? My fertilizer there. There we go. Just a little bit into the bushes, nothing to worry about. All right. So I need to get that milk truck back up here, and I need to get, is this seeds? I think this is seeds. Yeah, we still have 7,000 liters of seeds. So we can come over here and fill this up. And it's set on wheat right now, which is just fine for me. Let's start on field 13 because it won't take very long. Right here to the left. And this is going to go much faster with our new seeder here. Look at that. That is going to be nice. So I'm just going to get my map pulled up here. So yes, we have 19, 14, and 16 to plant. 15 is our grass field, and these two are fertilized already, so we'll only have one more stage of fertilization to do after that. And then I believe we've got 7 as a seed bed we could plant into as well, and I don't think... Oh yeah, we have grass on 8. So then we've got grass fields for the rest. So we'll probably do wheat, maybe wheat, barley, something like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me get back to planted here. So, because it's showing cultivated for all 4 of those. Yep. All right. Good to go. So let's turn this thing on. This fruit cannot be planted in July. It says it can. July, August, and September. Oh, clicked the wrong one and unloaded all my seeds. I did that on the other map too. I'm all lined up here too. That's a pain. All right, well, I'm going to get this sorted out. But I will cut in some footage of some sort or skip ahead to when we've made some progress. I won't make you watch me reload my seeder completely. But I will figure out what is going on. And if I can do barley, I'll do barley. My map said I could do it in July, but apparently it's not liking it. So I might have to wait till August to get these planted, which is fine. August would work just fine for us. I guess since you guys hung out long enough for me to ramble about filling that, let's just see if this works while you're still on, and that will answer some of the questions I have about what we're going to do next. But regardless, there will be some planting in the next couple of episodes to get some of that straw off the fields. Any money we make off the actual crop is just bonus at this point, which is great. All right, so this fruit cannot be planted in July either. Am I wrong? We are in July and it says, oh, it can be harvested. It can't be planted till September, October, November. I was looking at it all wrong. Okay, guys. Well, that is my fault. Anyway, I guess we've got some fields that are ready to go for a couple of months from now. Let's go put this away. That's kind of silly that we got that far and just didn't realize we were looking at the thing backwards. Where do I want to store this? I guess over here would be great. Okay, well, we're going to have to figure out where we're going to go from here. Most likely that is going to be mowing some more fields, getting some grass bales, or dropping off the eggs, bringing the truck back up, and going from there. All right, well, I'm going to cut it here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in a little bit. Take care. All right, and I'm back one more time. I realized obviously we're not going to be able to plant the fields, but we certainly have several fields that need to be fertilized and prepped before we can plant them anyway. And we happen to have a boatload of manure up here, and so I'm on my way back from the shop. I had to go pick up a bucket for the telehandler. For whatever reason, we didn't have a bucket, and I was going to get one for just the front loader for the Valtra, but that was 1,000 liters, and this one is 2640, I want to say. So obviously a much better deal, because look at all this manure that we have right here. It would make so much more sense for us to start using this as fertilizer instead of paying for more. I know we do have solid fertilizer in storage, which if you scroll down here, is our fertilizer listed? Yeah, we have 2,000 liters of solid fertilizer in storage right now, but we have 285,000 liters of manure and even more slurry than that. So I figure we might as well start using these things on the farm. So let me get here. And we did buy a manure spreader several episodes ago that was in the deals, and we haven't even used it yet. So let me get this out of storage. And I had to check and see where it was, but we had parked it in here with the harvester. Whoops. Forgot where the brake was. Alright, we're going to get backing up here. Slowly like so. And this is our manure spreader. I believe it holds 16,000 liters. So about 6 or 7 scoops full ought to do it. And I know there's a field somewhere that can benefit from a little bit of manure spreading. So we're going to leave this over here. And I don't want to get too close to those trees, so I guess I'll park it right here and shut that off. And we will see how this goes. So obviously I won't make you watch this whole thing, but wanted to kind of tell you what the next step was. So we've got all this manure. We might as well use it. I've also considered selling the manure because I believe you can make a lot more money selling the manure to a biogas plant if you have one. And we might consider doing that in the future because we just have so much of it. But at least once, we ought to use everything that we get from the cows. So I figure let's at least do a couple of fields with this manure spreader. Number one, because we bought it and we have it. And number two, because we've got all this manure in storage. And we're likely to be continuing to make manure all the time as we continue our dairy farm here. And this is something a farmer would do. If he had animals and he's getting a byproduct that would fertilize his field, why would he want to just go ahead and not use that and continue to pay for solid fertilizer? We'll still use the solid fertilizer because I'm pretty sure you don't spread manure after you plant the crops. You wouldn't want to spread this on top of crops that are growing. Same thing with the slurry. So I think this is the ideal time to use this is field prepping before you plant. And since we can't plant for another 3 months, 2 or 3 months, this seems like the right move. So anyway, obviously you can see that's 3 loads. Let's see if 3 loads gets us probably about 45%. 48%. My math was close. So yeah, 6 full loads and then a partial load here at the end. And since we're almost there, I might just do 6 so we can get out in the field and I can just show you how this works. And then I will do a lot of this off camera because the one downside to doing manure or something like this that you have to reload, why isn't that going? Is when you need to reload, you have to drive back to the farm and load it up again. You can't just... I mean, from what I remember, it spreads fast. So it's going to take 3 or 4 loads to do a field, or many more if it's that giant field that we have that's been cultivated, I think field 14. is the one. So I have a feeling we're going to be making several trips back here to load it up. I will try to record them, and maybe in the next episode, as we're prepping all these fields, I can do a bunch of time lapses or something to kind of show you the progress we're making. But I obviously wanted you to see what the plan was for the next couple of months until we're ready to start planting all that wheat. Aside from that, yes, field prepping, and then really just feeding the cows. Obviously, they've got all that hay right now. We do want to move to TMR pretty soon, and I will make sure to show you that once we start mixing that. I do want to harvest another grass field or two. Each of these pastures that we have, like the one off to the left here, could get a good load of grass bales off that we could turn into silage. We've already done enough grass work. I wanted to do something a little different for you guys, and we haven't used manure yet, and we had the loader. So all right, this is number 6, so we'll put this one in and we'll just go from there. And this is a pretty small manure spreader. I mean, maybe one thing that we can consider doing in the future is literally just getting a bigger one. Whoops. And it's better when you dump it in the trailer instead of on the ground over here. But let's call that a day. Get out of here. We can pick up that bit that we missed. It's not much, but every little bit counts, I guess. Yeah, 254 liters is no small amount, I suppose. All right, let's get this. All right. And we'll drop the Manitou back here. All right, and I'm pretty sure that field number 13, which is the long skinny one that I tried to plant just a second ago, needs at least one stage of fertilization. And since that's a small field and would be the easiest one to get done, we'll start there. And that will probably wrap us up for this video, but I want to at least see how this works. I know it's a 12-meter spread, so maybe something along this line. So let me just back out so you can see how it spreads. And I will check and see our fertilization state on here. Field 13. Yeah, it's got no fertilizer where the rest of the fields have some. So let's see if we have to unfold this. Yes, we do. And we're not quite to the edge there. Oh, look at that. It's steaming out the back. Which I guess makes sense. Messy job. Let's get a little bit closer to the edge. And do one of these. So this is the idea. Spreading fertilizer on our fields before we plant. It's a good time to do it so it can soak in for a month to really fertilize for us. And that's not going as fast as I thought. I thought this was going to be 3 or 4 loads, even on this little field. I think if it keeps up at this rate, we can probably get this one done in 2 loads. But the field ahead of us, 14, is enormous and would obviously take many, many more. So be on the lookout for that. Obviously, I will be continuing this process here in July. And then we'll carry some of this over into August as well, and then we'll start getting these planted in the near future. So anyway, I will stop that there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Leave me a comment if you have any concerns or if you have any suggestions about a better way to do it. But I think this is going to be a good way to use the months between now and when we can plant our wheat and barley, which isn't going to be in September. So we got July and August to get these fields fertilized. All right, well, take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.